Singotho simnikiwe. Sithinte anethemba. Solani Ntombizandile. Stali Sinesihle. Sukwana Yanga cum laude. Tati Nomfundo. Thole Lwandile. Tsiba Anathi. Tena Mandisa. Charlie Zininzi. Vapati Sifikelwe. Vigilahle Pumlan. Vimbi Sbabalwe. Vundle Ovundle Khuselo. Vundle Kwanele. Vuzane Lulutho cum laude. Zembe Sinalo cum laude. Zenzisi Kobisa. Zitumane Hlumelo. Madam Vice Chancellor, I have the honor to inform you that the candidates whose names appear on the program receive National Diploma Office Management and Technology. Yekela Athandiwe. Madam Vice Chancellor, I have the honor to request you to confer the degree of Advanced Diploma in Cost and Management candidate accounting, Madam Vice Chancellor, I have the honor to request you to confer the degree of Advanced Diploma in Cost and Management Accounting on candidates whose names appear on the program.
I hereby confer the degree.
Diko Lindisipho, Dulini Kwaita, Dumo Nomawande, July Lazola, Kongwane Sinesipho, Letsatsi Seleng, Mbambalala Sphelele, Mlobeli Bonga Anelisa Pumla, Moyeni Loyiso, Mkabi Onela, Neti Zandile, Ngaye Nogonwaba, Khusa Yolisa, Tuku Babalwa, Velamva Wakhanya, Madam Vice Chancellor, I have honor to request you to confer the degree of Advanced Diploma in Human Resource Management on the candidates whose name appear on the program.
I hereby confer the degree.
Apleni Asenati Matnas, Gangata Asavela, Jonas Lakiwe, Jonas Novuyo, Jonga Kuselo, Kolonzi Sinekaya, Mangesi Tapelo, Macha Sipho Sethu. Mbangatha Phelokazi. Mbunge Siyasanga. Mkhwaqa asekho. Mkhuzo Sikelela. Nakani Asavela Jacqueline. Ntame akhona. Okoji Perfect cum laude. Katha Ayola. Sabona Mandi. Sindwayo Phaphama. Sikhanti Amanda. Dana Zamile Elvis. Thokozani Nosihle. Sibenza Asive Miranda. Toyake Anati. Kongo Noluthando. Yali Sinovuyo. Madam Vice Chancellor, Madam Vice Chancellor, I have the honor to request you to confer the degree of Advanced Diploma in Internal Auditing on the candidate whose names appear on the program.
I hereby confer the degree.
Jonda Lihle. Kweshana Inathi Simnikiwe. Jama Sisipho Ayanda. Majege Likona Obake. Manzi Kunyiswa. Mtichwa Apelele. Mchonchisa Nomasonto. Ngwana Ayanda. Nongawuza Sanele. Nhloko Lutho. Nwebani Siziphiwe. Kamba Duduzile. Ramashita Dumisani. Husa Lutho. Sijula Kazimla. Sithela Thuma. Dugu Luyolo Leon.
Revolutionary greetings. Speaking here is Maskole Mapong, aka Tukiz. The institutional president of Walter Sisulu University. I won't greet again because in the interest of time. Yeah. Firstly, I think I must address the issue of certificate. Because when I read my speech during a morning session, I thought the Vice Chancellor will respond directly to the issue of certificate. Yesterday I went to Postem to fetch my graduation ticket. There was a guy who approached us to say, comrades, how can you assist? I have an issue whenever I called for an interview. The problem is that when they ask me to produce a certificate, it's a problem. So I am now unemployable. So I want the Vice Chancellor, when she addresses tomorrow morning, she must give us a direction as to what are the plans that she puts in place in order to address the issue of certificate. Because we can come, all of us here, and rejoice. The question remains, if ever you have an interview, therefore you are told to produce your certificate that says you have done this particular degree or diploma or higher certificate, it's going to be a problem. Then you have other candidates who have their certificate. I believe maybe almost 50% of us here, our status is there by student portal. It says our certificate are withheld because of historical death. That simply means we have wasted a number of years trying to obtain these degrees and diplomas so that we can go and apply for jobs. But without certificate, I can say our degrees are meaningless because it's not easy to get employed without certificate. So I want the Office of Vice Chancellor, when she addresses tomorrow morning, I will be here sitting there. I want to hear stating clearly that this is the plan that we are trying to move with. And it must have a time frame. We don't need plans with no time frame. Yeah, well, if she can just say maybe by September, I will have managed to mobilize this particular amount so that at least some of those students can get their certificate. Mandla, wethu, izwe lethu, iAfrika, ayibuye, iAfrika. Thank you very much, comrades. The life and the joy of every parent is when their children benefit from the fruit of their labor. The struggle having to strive for academic excellence that we have been part of more than 12 years, from the basic level education till the tertiary has given birth to the community of educated black people. It has not been an easy road, and we are victorious. We slept without food. We stayed for nights because of the imagination of a better future. Today, we see tears of joy from those mothers that will send the last cent so that some of you could sit here today as you are sitting. We see the smiles of fathers who helped to assure our mothers of our safety when he did not know how brutal these streets are. This day should be marked as a day that a new community of the literate masses of our people was ordained. It is with great pleasure to greet and welcome the pillars of our strength who were guiding us even when we were refused guidance. Education is not only key to success, but a large bookstore of knowledge. Open quote. Education to us means service to Africa. Close quote. And we are going to serve this content. Hello, Mr. West. I can safely confirm that Mr. West is now officially greeted in the name of revolution. Not just the greetings, these greetings of saying hello, no, a revolutionary greeting one. We are gathered here in this graduation ceremony by an impactful, technological-infused African university, which on an idealistic basic produces quality and future-ready graduates. This is evident because we have seen our graduates making significant contributions to regional, national, and continental development. However, we need not to find comfortability in that. We need to strive for more improvement to an extent that this African university that is situated in the Eastern Cape is going to tone down the unemployment rate that is too loud within the province and across the country. We need to produce quality and future-ready graduates who will firstly understand that the current colonial system or education system with its curriculum was brought in Azania in the 18th centuries with only one objective, which was to impart European knowledge to Africans, which is still relevant in our days, and it has made Africans to hold a belief that whites are the only ones who can create jobs, while Africans are only subjected to employment. A long route is in addressing this issue of ever-increasing unemployment rate is for us as African University to develop our curriculum to that one of Afrocentric and socialist education, which will then produce graduates that will be able to create instead of searching for opportunities for the advancement of their lives and their communities. A shorter and urgent needed routine is to have our executive management and the university council to understand that most of our graduates who came from previously disadvantaged families and left the corridors of the university with debts on their certificate, scrolls are still unemployed, and there was no way they could have competed with other graduates from multiracial universities while they were not having their certificate at hand. We therefore need to give our graduates their certificate regardless of having historical debt. We understand that the current education system is a profit-driven, hence we need to devise mechanism of counterbalancing historical debt while handing over certificates to our graduates. This doesn't require much. It just needs a leadership with a political will that is in line with an African humanism. Let us appreciate the current convocation led by President Dr. Lunga Mandash, who have shown us that victory is guaranteed over the battle of historical debt. In closing, as the current student leadership, we have been preaching a community-based student activism, which is informed by the fact that the university is just a transition stage between a life of a student and that one of a working class. So those who will be living student life to take responsibility of ensuring that you are registered to vote in the upcoming national general elections so that we can have a government that will carry the interest of the marginalized masses of our people. I just want to emphasize this one, comrades. I am 100% sure some of you here, you are not registered to vote. And it's a problem to me, as young as I am, to have someone who's above 18 years, but you are not registered to vote. You know, we are in a country where we are living in a crisis. The voice of the youth is not heard, or you are not speaking, because for the fact that you are not registered to vote, that simply means you never went to a situation where you are told, go and vote in leadership. Yeah? Whatever political party that you think it can bring change, because we are really in a crisis. While you were busy enjoying here this ceremony, we were subjected to a life of darkness where, which is called load shedding. It's not normal. It's abnormal. Let us not normalize it. It's abnormal. That is why I do not even have that app to check when the electricity is going to go. I do not have it. It's abnormal to me. It's not normal. So we need that kind of a generation. So all of you comrades who are not here registered to vote, you must go and register to vote so that you can be able to say, no, leadership, we voted for you, but now you are not servicing us. Instead of crying to say, we are suffering, but you never voted as young as you are and a graduate. Yeah, so please, comrades, abantu abasikhokheleyo sebebadala kakhulu. Sebebadala kakhulu, seriously. Our future is being determined by people who are over 70 years. Then tell me, people who are over 70 years, what are they planning about our future and the future of our children? So let's wake up as young as we are and take it to the street if it needs be to demand an employment. Mandla, awethu, Izwe lethu. IAfrika. I thank you.
Belifuna ke uqala kule ndawo ethi akekho umuntu okanye into enhle egqitha impumelelo kangangento yokuba nomona awuyegqithi impumelelo nobuhle obu bozalwa abuyegqithi impumelelo. Yiyo le nto nabantu abazelwe bengathi abajongeki kodwa xa bephumelele sibajonge ngamehlo othando. Ndithanda ke ngaloo mazwi ukuthi nibahle hayi kuba nibahle into yakuba niphumelele. Sizayijonga ke enye yobuhle. Madam Vice Chancellor, to the Chairperson of Council in absentia, the new Chancellor, Ms. Nonkululeko Gobodo, to the leadership of the SRC, the President, the Executive, everybody present, the parents, and to you, graduates. A couple of minutes ago, you were graduates with a DS. Now you are graduates with a TES at the end. We want to welcome you as our newest members in the convocation, as beautiful as you are. You've climbed a mountain that was too steep, too high sometimes. And sometimes you sit here and you don't believe that you've made it, but you have, and we congratulate you for that success. You are joining us at a busy time, at a very difficult time. I said in the morning I wanted to reflect. Bendithi ndicela uba sizijonge esipilini ngosivuyayo. Kuba kubalekile uba sithi ngoku sichulumancile, sijongane ebusweni, sijongane nazo nengxaki ezijongane nathi sizi students and sizi graduates. Ingxaki ke ehamba phambili njengoba umongameli wabafundi betshilo ingxaki yetyala. The university has a debt of 1.4 billion rand. Let me repeat this debt. 1.4 billion rand. This is a big debt. It is a big challenge. It is a big mountain to climb. But it is not impossible, because as Diana Ross usually says in her song, ain't no mountain high enough. And there is no river that cannot be crossed. And there is nothing that we cannot achieve. Even this debt, we can overcome it. How did we think about how this problem can be overcome? On 10 March 2023, we launched what we called a Graduate Debt Clearance Fund. The fund is self-explanatory. It is meant to work towards fundraising money to a point where we can get rid of this 1.4 billion rand. Is it possible? Can we eliminate and eradicate a debt of 1.4 billion? It depends who you ask. If you ask a man who believes, if you ask a woman who is determined and who cares about the question of this 1.4 billion, the answer you are going to get is an emphatic yes. I said in the morning that we are, as Marcus Garvey says, what we think we are. We are equal to our thoughts. We are not more, not less, equal to what we think. If we believe and if we think that it is impossible to raise 1.4 billion rand, it means we have no sense of imagination. It also means we have no sense of hope, no belief, and despondency has never run a country or an institution. If we want to solve this problem, the first thing we need to do is to believe. The reason why we made the launch on the 10th is because we believe. We believe, just like Obama did, and I usually say I don't agree with anything that he says, I agree only with that expression. Yes, we can. We believe that we can raise this debt. The question is, who can raise this debt? This money, this 1.4 billion rand. Usually, siyahambe siyokhangela osomashishini ongqowa bancedise apho banoncedisa khona. Sikwazi uqinisekisa into yoba abantwana benu bazali xa bephuma apha namhlanje baphuma bethe qhiwu i-certificate sabo. Ukwenzela uba xa beyofola e-job market bafike bephethe iphekepheke labo eyingelilo eliya likamakhaya Ntsenge. Bahambe bayoma pha befolile beliphethe eliphekepheke lithi ndifundile ndagqiba. Nam ndiconsideration njengalo mntwana wase-UCT nase-Wits etc. Xa engasiphetanga i-certificate ithi ukuthi akaphethanga itikiti. Kwakho ingoma eyicula kwenye indawo ethi unalo na itikiti lokungena. Xa ufuna ungena ke e-job market funeka ube netikiti. Yiyo ke le nto ibanga uba senze ke le launch nge-10 kaMatshi. Sikhangela ukubhatalela la matikiti. Le mali ke ayizukwehla mthini noxa nje isenziwa ngephepha elivela emthini. Le mali izawuvela kwintsebenziswano yethu sonke. Sibulela kakhulu urhulumente wase-Eastern Cape ngokuba aze arhole imali engange-20 million apha kuMatshi. Athi makuncediswe kulo mcimbi. Sikwabulela nezinye i-stakeholders ezizii-sitters ezithe sarhola ii-millions zazo. Masibulele futhi sihambe siyobulela ne-management ye-university. At WSU there is a spirit, and that spirit is the spirit of humanity. It is the spirit of collectivism. I usually remind Madam Vice Chancellor people how we were able to study here even when we did not have money. I remember some people paid less than the amount of the registration, and this is the reason why today 23,000 students and graduates owe the university. Can we raise the money? That was the question. Yes, we can. How can we do it? All of us must roll our sleeves. How do we roll them? We put whatever little we can put in the account, and by doing that every month, for the rest of our lives, we can solve this problem. This mountain is not too high to climb. It is climbable. In the Leninist form, we will climb it through a zigzag process if needs be, but we will climb. No, but we will climb. What is my appeal on behalf of Convocation to all of you sitting here on this graduation ceremony? My appeal is simple. We are celebrating, and it's good, we must celebrate. But I am making a different kind of an appeal. I am asking each of you to think about how much you can contribute to the fund, no matter how little. As an example, I said that I was going to contribute 200 rand every month for the rest of my life. If possible, I should make a will that people should continue to pay this 200 rand even when I'm not here. But Mandasha, 200 rand, 1.4 billion rand. When you think about this issue seriously, 200 rand of 30,000 students who receive NSFAS for food and stuff like that, who decide that that 10 rand that I receive for my meal, which I could have used to buy airtime, that 10 rand, I could put it in 10 rand. I'm a student, I'm not working. But a WSU worker who sometimes would have struggled in the past to get paid at the end of the month, but the situation has changed since. But no situation is permanent. The situation can change in the future if we don't put back the liquidity capacity of the university back in place. The more the debt, the more the crisis will be in the future if we do not overcome the debt. So we must overcome the debt. Across the country, the debt is at 16.7 billion rand. And that's why many graduates can't find jobs out there. So I'm not saying these things on behalf of Convocation to make your day bad. I am saying these things to make all of us realize that there is a role we need to play. Xa ke umuntu azawudlala indima ayidlalwa nje ngengqondo xa uba sibhadlile. Indima idlalwa ngenhliziyo, ubuntu. Le nto kuthiwa eBhayibhelini uze uthande ummelwane wakho njengokuba uzithanda. Xa sifuna ulungisa ingxaki enje ayinawulungiswa ngubandashe kuba kusithiwa inkokheli ye-graduates. Ayonyani loo nto. Iingxaki zelizwe azinawulungiswa ngumntu. Zawulungiswa ngabantu xa bedibene, bebambene, bemanyene, bencedisa nyanga nanyanga de deske uThixo abathathe emhlabeni. Le university lilifa labantwana bethu. Ukuba le university ayikwazi uma from a finance perspective, we cannot stand. We are the ambassadors of this university. We reflect the university. The university is the mirror. Isisipili sethu esizijonga nathi esijongwa kuso lilizwe. Uxanduva lethu ke kukuncedisa le university ingabikho kule meko ikuyo ngokwemicimbi yezimali. Ndiza kwehla ke ndinamkele ndithi namkelekile kwi-convocation. Kukho umsebenzi esiwenzayo wale fundraising. Sicela kwinyanga ezilandelayo sakube silapha eThekwini siyowulauncha ichapter pha eThekwini ba umuntu ngowapha asawumfumana pha njenge-graduate. Namkelekile ke as graduates.
Molweni, njani, Masiari, good afternoon. On behalf of the Chancellor, Ms. Gobodo, in absentia, the Chairperson of Council, Advocate Ngokai Toby, in absentia, the Vice Chancellor and Principal of Walter Sisulu University, Professor Rushila Songa, it is indeed an honor for me to give a vote of thanks. Let me start by thanking all members of council who are in this event this afternoon, Mr. Nongandlela and Dr. Mantash. Also appreciate the presence of executive management and senior management who contributed with all the wisdom that we need to be where we are today. I want to thank you. All staff members of the Walter Sisulu University, labor representatives, the ISRC and the campus SRC, and all students, we want to thank you for availing yourself. To all guests, thank you for this opportunity that you created to come and be with us here. I want to thank the Bishop, Bishop Mbete, who reminded us that no one can close if God opens. And I think we need those eyes to see the door that is open. We thank you. To our Vice Chancellor, our mother, you told us that our background will never determine where we go. It can be a determinant of our destination. We have heard you, and we appreciate that you remind us that we should continually be in pursuit of excellence. And I hope you have heard. And on that note, we want to thank you and say we will not disappoint you, because indeed, failure is not an option in our lives. To the President, Mr. Masikole, he whispered to me and said he's going to prepare himself because he's graduating tomorrow. And I think you need to applaud him for that. Leadership, leading from the front. We no longer have ancestors. Yes, we have people who are making it to the top as academics and as politicians. We appreciate that. And the more you do your part, then you become an exemplary leader. We love that, and we want to encourage you. As she has indicated that the road was not easy, but look at yourself, here you are. Celebrate your achievement. Dr. Mantashe, we thank you for what you have just said. You reminded us that every cent counts and that we should not blame other people. We need to work together. We have heard you. We have heard you, and you have also responded to what the president has indicated, because the only answer is when we have that money that we all will contribute towards. To the choir, we know Africa sings. Whether crying, whether celebrating, this is who we are. We thank you for the sweet melodies. Can you applaud them? I want to say to SRC who graduated this afternoon, do we have any? Can you stand and wave? Oh, congratulations. Yes. So you are following them, leading by example. To the graduates, can you stand up a minute quickly that we focus and look at our lecturers? Can you see your lecturers? Aha. I want to say, thank you. Thank you. I want to speak on your behalf. Now you need to listen. I want to speak on your behalf. Now you need to listen as you stand and look at them. To say, some of us have even graduated cum laude. This means your lecturers have spent sleepless nights assisting you, and this is where you are today. And on that note, you are saying to them, we thank you. We appreciate all your efforts. You have been with us during those times that we did not believe in ourselves. You made us believe. And you made that complicated task very simple. And this is why we are here today. In that, we are saying thank you. Can you applaud them? You then turn around and look at your parents. Now you're saying to your parents, I speak on your behalf, to say you were with us during those difficult moments. When the going gets tough, you were there for us, emotionally, financially, and otherwise. You provided for us. When we have lost hope, you became hopeful and encouraged us. Remember the words, Mtwana wam, kuzolunga. You remember? They said so, and encouraging you. Look at you today, you have achieved. And with that, you want to appreciate your parents and say, you made us to be where we are today. And therefore, in return, wait a minute. Let's get opportunities. We will support you. We will take care of you. You will rely on us. We will provide for you. And as we do that, we promise we will fight gender-based violence. As we do that, we promise we will take care of the young ones. As we do that, we promise we will not run away when we go to town and leave you in the village. We will take care of you. Can you applaud them and sit down? To the organizers of this event, I want to thank you on behalf of the Vice Chancellor, the Registrar and his team, MCA and her team, photographers here and the IT, all those who are working behind scenes, your security team, your facilities, your cleaning, your ushers, we appreciate you. And those who provided nourishment to us, we really appreciate you. The work that you have done, colleagues, this day would not have been successful if it wasn't for your presence, if it wasn't for the work that you are doing. I'm looking at the campus rector and his team and saying to you, well done and thank you. As I'm about to conclude, I have a special announcement that comes from your department. The announcement says, all students, all those who have done advanced diploma, cost and management accounting, advanced diploma internal auditing. There is an internship opportunity for 3 years. A company in Joburg is looking for 25 WSU accounting students. How do you like that? Grab this opportunity with your 2 hands. Submit your CV to Dr. Obet or to the HOD in the accounting department. The other announcement is that the choir is about to sing the national anthem. We know that we rise as we join in the singing of the national anthem. After that, after the VC has dissolved this congregation, we will be expected, even after singing the national anthem, to remain standing until the congregation, until the academic procession leaves the hall. You will be requested to remain standing until the last person who is amongst the academic procession has left the hall. Thank you and enjoy your celebration.
By virtue of the power vested in me as the Vice Chancellor and Principal of Water Sisulu, I also award the qualifications in absentia to those students not present. I hereby dissolve this congregation of Water Sisulu University.
Bavuma bonke bengakholwa bo ukuthi babulala imfuyo bo imfuyo beyixabisile bo nabaphansi bebahlonele bo bavuma bonke bengakholwa bo ukuthi babulala imfuyo bo imfuyo beyixabisile bo nabaphansi bebahlonele bo bavuma bonke bengakholwa bo ukuthi babulala imfuyo bo imfuyo beyixabisile bo nabaphansi bebahlonele bo bavuma bonke bengakholwa bo Imfuyo beyichazi